Walk into a typical classroom today, and you might notice a distinct fog of ennui. We've applied the principles of industrial mass manufacturing to education. Students sit in rows, receiving standardized inputs, and are expected to produce standardized outputs. For decades, the written essay has served as our primary metric for learning. It scales well across a room of 30 students. But it is still a proxy, a manufactured artifact designed to measure cognitive depth from a distance. That proxy system has collapsed under pressure. A student with 5 minutes and an open browser tab can now generate a fluent, well-structured, correctly cited paper on almost any topic without actually engaging with the material. The reflex response from the educational system has been an exhausting war of attrition. Instructors are spending their weekends running submissions through plagiarism checkers and fighting to enforce originality requirements. The technical reality is that these detection tools are losing ground. They produce frequent false positives, they consistently penalize non-native English speakers, and they are easily outpaced by rapidly improving language models. Instructors are spending their energy managing the production of text rather than the development of a student's thinking. We are currently measuring the quality of a file rather than a student's ability to explain the logic behind it. The way forward requires a complete pivot. Instead of trying to detect artificial intelligence, we have to design assessment tasks where AI can help students learn, but only genuine understanding can help them perform. To see what that looks like, we look backward. In the 15th century Cambridge tradition, assessment was highly conversational. At the end of the term, a student and a professor would take a walk around the garden. There were no written deliverables to hide behind. The professor could ask any question they wanted, and the final grade came entirely from that direct exchange, based strictly on the student's command of the subject. It is an incredibly effective way to measure learning. It is also structurally impossible to execute today. A single instructor managing multiple classes of 40 or 50 students cannot sustain a one-to-one dialogue model. The math breaks down. The theoretical solution to this bottleneck is mass customization. If you give every single student a unique topic variant within the same analytical framework, they cannot copy from peers, and they cannot rely on a generic prompt output. But assigning, tracking, and grading dozens of individualized topics creates an administrative nightmare. To make this work, an instructor needs an engine capable of processing massive amounts of custom data simultaneously. This is the specific logistical problem Claude Cowork solves. Unlike the standard chat interface, where you ask a single question and get an answer, Cowork is an autonomous agent mode inside the Claude desktop application. You point it at a local folder on your computer containing all of your students' individual Markdown submissions, provide your grading rubric, and let it run. It reads through every unique file automatically. In a matter of minutes, it generates batch results. It grades each submission against the rubric, extracts specific bullet points of strengths, and identifies exact areas for improvement across the entire class. Most importantly, it generates 5 highly specific oral follow-up questions tailored to the distinct claims made in each individual student's submission. By acting as a tireless research assistant handling the mechanical batch work, the AI frees the instructor from weekend grading marathons. That division of labor allows the teacher to redirect their energy entirely back to human conversation. We can now implement a teach the instructor model. The student is no longer asked to optimize a polished written artifact. Instead, they are given a topic and told to prepare to perform. This completely flips the classroom incentive structure. Students are explicitly encouraged to use AI openly, to research, organize, and synthesize their ideas, treating the tool as a learning partner. An instructor can instantly generate 20 unique subtopics. One student might compare Rome's currency debasement to modern inflation, while another analyzes political fragmentation, all evaluated under the exact same analytical framework. The students know they will be on the spot. They realize very quickly that fluent, shallow text copied directly from an AI tool will collapse the moment they are asked a single targeted question about their reasoning. For the instructor, the reality of teaching shifts. Instead of hunting for plagiarism, you walk into your student meetings armed with a precise diagnosis of their work and 5 targeted questions designed to test their actual comprehension. You sit down, ask the questions, and let the student talk. If they can answer fluently and defend their choices, their grade reflects it. If they can't, you identify the gap in their knowledge and redirect them. It is the modern garden lock in action. AI handles the logistical friction of mass customization. By automating the administrative overhead, it allows the grading process to return to a personal exchange, where a student's performance is based on what they actually know.